Namaste all. I hope you are doing well and you all are safe. I welcome you all on the behalf of Himalayan Yoga Association. My name is Yogi Vivek Rawat and I am your Ashtanga teacher. We are going to be discussing about some terms in Ashtanga, some basic terms, some alignment of the postures. I hope you enjoy this course and you find it fruitful. Namaste. Namaste to all. I cordially welcome you to all to my Ashtanga yoga session. In today's particular session, we are going to be discussing about Ashtanga postures, specifically Sun Salutation A. Which are the postures in Sun Salutation A and how they are going to be linked. So before that, you can just sit comfortably on your mat. You can either sit in Vajrasana as I'm sitting now. If you have any kind of ankle issues, you can just place a blanket or a cushion under your hips or over your heels. Now, if this posture is not comfortable for you, you can adapt Sukhasana, simply crossing your both legs, keeping your both feet under your knees. Again, if you have like tight hip flexors here, if you feel uncomfortable, if you have any kind of lower back issues, you can just adjust a blanket or cushion under your hips, so it will give you some elevation from the ground. So from here, keeping your palms over your knees and be comfortable. From here, you can close your eyes, keep your spine straight, keep every body part relaxed. And we'll start this session with the chanting of Om and the opening mantra of Ashtanga. You can also join your tip of the index finger and tip of the thumb, rest of the fingers straight, Chin Mudra, palm facing upward towards the ceiling. Or you can join your both palms together in front of your chest. Let's chant one Om and the opening mantra of Ashtanga. So inhale deeply. Vande Gurunam Charanarvinde Sandarsita Swatma Sukha Vabode Nisreyase Janglika Yamane Samsara Hala Hala Mohashantyaye Abahu Purushakaram Sankhchakra Siddharinam Sahasrasir Samsvetam Pranamamim Patanjalim. One Om and three Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Drop your head forward. Now from here, rub your palms together. Create a positive energy, some warmness between your palms. Now place your palms very gently over your eyes, over your eyelids, on your entire face, on your throat, on your chest. Just try to feel this energy. By looking down, gently open your eyes, release your arms down. Now today's session is about Sun Salutation. So we are going to be discussing about Sun Salutation A. So the first question may come to your mind. What is Sun Salutations? Why do we need to perform Sun Salutation? So Sun Salutation or Surya Namaskara, it is a combination of some postures which gives a nice warmness, nice warm up to our body, so that we can feel a proper warm up proper openness at our joints, on our entire muscles for the rest of the sequence. Now, why do we need to perform sun salutation? Because it ignites the fire. Since it is a proper warm-up and you need, a kind of positive energy so that you can just follow the entire sequence without any injury and with the proper energy. So in sun salutation A, there are 6 postures excluding Samasthiti. Samasthiti is a base posture which is a foundation of all the standing postures. Now, one more question may come to your mind, that if we are a beginner, can we perform this? The answer is absolutely yes. Initially, with some modifications, you can perform it. And if you have flexible body, if you don't have any injury, then you can perform it freely without any modification. So we are going to be discussing about some modifications, some alignment of these postures and how they are connected to each other. So we are going to have a look. Okay, so now let's have a look on these postures, how they are going to be. So standing postures, all the postures in sun salutations, firstly, before that, we always have to be in Samasthiti, so that we can bring the balance, we can bring the evenness to our body, to our joints, and from there on we can just continue. So for Samasthiti, bring your both feet together so that your big toes are touching each other, heels slightly apart. If you are not feeling balanced here, you can just keep your feet hip width apart for a nice balance. Otherwise, just keep your feet together, keep your knees over your ankle, keep your front thigh muscles engaged, pull your kneecaps up, keep your pelvic neutral, keep your chest nicely open, core nicely engaged. Keep your shoulders rotated back, keep your both arms just beside your body, fingers engaged, chin parallel to the ground, crown of the head facing towards the ceiling, and keep your drishti set at your tip of the nose, and be here for 5 Ujjayi breath, 5 deep breathing. And from here, just imagine the positive energy. Now, after 5 breaths, we are going to start the posture. So, Samasthiti is not considered as a posture. It is a condition where you should be in before starting any kind of postures. So after Samasthiti, so I'm just going towards my front edge of the mat so that you can see it more clearly. You can take a 1 foot distance from the front edge of the mat and you can stand there just keeping your feet together or hip distance apart. Be in Samasthiti, apply all the alignments and principles of Samasthiti. Feel the balance. Now from here, as you inhale, extend your both arms sideways. So your both arms are parallel to the ground. From here, try to rotate your arms externally and raise your arms up. Now, if you are feeling comfortable here, you can join your palms together and look at your thumb. If you're not feeling comfortable, keep your both arms at shoulder level. Keep your chest open. Try not to push your upper ribs forward. So that will put pressure on your lower back. This is Urdhva Hastasana or Urdhva Namaskar Asana. Now from here, as you exhale, engage your front thigh, or you can micro bend your knees and then fold forward. Try to extend your arms forward, extend your spine forward as much as you can do. Lengthen your spine and then drop your fingertips down on the mat by the side of your feet. Now as you can see, keep your hips over the knees, knees over the ankle. You can keep your palms down by the side of your feet. It depends on the length of your spine. Just keep your head relaxed. Look at your tip of the nose. Lengthen your spine. Press your navel against the thighs. Keep your chest slightly away from the shin to lengthen your spine first, and then you can go more down. Now as you inhale, lift your chest and chin higher. Keep your fingertips on the ground. You can bring your fingertips slightly closer to each other, so they will be in front of your feet. And try to lengthen your spine from here. Keep your legs firmly engaged. As you can see, my knees are over my ankles, my hips are over my knees, and my gaze at my third eye point. I'm lengthening my spine from here. Now as you exhale, place your palms down, keep your forearms active, engage your core. One by one, take your feet back and find your high plank. So keep your heel over your toes, keep your shoulders over the palms. Now from here, as you exhale, bring your both elbows closer to your rib cage and find your Chaturanga Dandasana. Keep your gaze at your tip of the nose, lengthen your entire body, keep your front thigh active, keep your core active, shoulders away from the ears. Now as you inhale, point your toes one by one back, lift your chest up, press the floor firmly, lift the thighs up. Roll your shoulders nicely back, look up or look forward. This is upward facing dog, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Now as you exhale, tuck your toes one by one up, lift your hips up, try to press your heels down, keep your both feet hip distance apart, keep your both palms shoulder distance apart from here. This is downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Both toes are facing forward, all the fingers are nicely spreaded. Rotate your upper arms out. And be here for 5 breaths. Look at your navel center or at your tip of the nose. Lengthen your spine. Extend your side body. Stretch your hamstrings. Feel the stretch at your calf muscles as well. Now after this, as you inhale, look forward firstly between your palms. Bend your knees. Lift your heels up. One by one, bring your feet forward. Come into standing half forward fold. As you exhale, go all the way down, full forward fold, Uttana Asana. Now as you inhale, lift your arms all the way up, join your palms together, look at your thumb. And as you exhale, Samasthiti. So this was the flow of Sun Salutation A, as you have seen me while doing it. Now let's discuss about some modifications, especially for the beginners. Now as you can see that there are 9 vinyasas, 9 steps of Sun Salutation A, and there are 6 postures. So when we perform upward hands, so what kind of thing we can bring here? You can grab a block and try to press this block between your palm. So this will activate your both arms in upward hands pose. If you have any kind of cervical issue, neck issue, then you don't have to look up. You just keep looking, keep gazing forward. In full forward fold, what you can do, you can always go with the bending knees. If you are a beginner, I will suggest you to go with the bending knees firstly, and then try to focus on the extension of the spine. After lengthening your spine properly, then try to extend your legs. But firstly, the main factor is your spine. So if your both palms are not reaching towards the floor, you can adjust the block again. So keeping your both blocks by the side of your feet, and in full forward fold when you're going down, so rather than placing your palms down by the side of your feet, you can place your palms over the block or placing your fingertips over the block. But if you struggle to reach here also, you can grab your shins like this. As you can see me, I'm grabbing my shins. You can grab your shins and be here. But do not ever grab your knee joint. We don't take a support of the joint whenever we are going into the posture, because that will put unnecessary strain on the joint. Now after this, there is standing half forward fold. Again, in standing half forward fold, you can keep the block here in front of your both feet, and you can keep your fingers facing towards the block, over the block, and you can just look forward, or you can again grab the shins, because it is about the lengthening of the spine. If you're not providing the proper lengthening to the back, you're not doing the proper pose properly. Now from here, Chaturanga Dandasana. Now this low plank posture is one of the complicated posture in Ashtanga. In this posture, especially if you are a beginner, like the beginner people, they tend to get tired very easily, and they tend to feel pain and like unnecessary uncomfort in this posture. So what you can do in Chaturanga Dandasana, when you're in high plank, so when you're going down, if it is too much for you, you can drop your knees down and bend your elbows. Press your elbows in towards your rib cage. Lengthen your spine. Press your shoulders away from the ears, and be here. Now, if this posture is also challenging for you, like this modification, when you're dropping your knees down, you can do one more thing. You can add one more thing here. You can drop your chest and chin down, so it becomes the Ashtanga Namaskara. Now, it may not be that much beneficial for you in order to gain strength, but it will make sure that you're not feeling any kind of uncomfort in the posture. So firstly, dropping your knees down, and then chest and chin down like this. So this kind of modification you can add, but if you don't want to compromise, if dropping the knees down is like good option for you, you can go with that. You can also keep the block towards the front edge of the mat, so that these block can support your shoulders, so that when you will go down, so this is the common mistake which beginners commit. They drop their shoulders down, which causes to have a kind of pain on their like joint. So these block can help you. So from high plank, as you exhale, drop your shoulders down over the block. So it will give you a kind of feeling, so that you can bring the proper alignment, bring the proper principles of Chaturanga Dandasana. If you keep the block, you don't have to worry on that aspect. So it will take care of the shoulders. They will not deep, they will not go down. From here, when you're performing upward facing dog, again you can place these blocks under your palms. And then from here, from Chaturanga, pointing your toes back and lifting your chest higher. One thing you have to make sure, whenever your thighs are going down on the mat, that means it will put so much pressure on your lower back. You will not be feeling comfortable in the posture. So it is very important. You can adjust the block under your palm, or you can do one thing. You can just lie down completely on the mat, and then from here on, using your back muscles to lift yourself up, and then slowly lift your thigh up. Now after this, there is downward facing dog. So in downward facing dog, again you can adjust the block under your palm, or you can always go with the bending knees. So keeping your knees bent in first 2 or 3 rounds, I always suggest it to my students, especially those who are beginners. Now what it does, it will lengthen your spine properly. When you think that you have fixed your spine, then from there on you can slowly extend your legs. Keeping the front thigh muscles active, it is very important in downward facing dog. Now after this, again there is a repetition of the postures. So we have discussed all the postures. It is very important to listen to your body, to let the breath create the movement. So it will be very important for you. It will be kind of easy for you when you let your breath to control your movements. So this is about Sun Salutation A. I hope you have understood what I was trying to explain here. we'll be discussing about sun salutations B and the upcoming standing postures, sitting postures, entire postures, and how they are connected to each other. We're going to be discussing about that. We're going to be discussing about, the modifications, the proper alignment of the postures. Okay, now let's close this session. So again, sit comfortably on your mat, either in Vajrasana or Sukhasana, keeping your eyes closed. Join your palms together. Let's chant one Om and three Shanti all together. Deep inhale. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Feel the Shanti around you in your mind. Be aware of the vibes. Now drop your forehead down. Give thanks to the God. Be thankful for everything. Rub your palms together one more time. Create a positive energy, proper warmness, and take your palms very gently over your eyelids. Absorb this positivity. Slowly, slowly release your palms down. Gently open your eyes. Look towards the ground. Now I hope that you have understood from this session. You have learned few important terms from this session. We shall be discussing about more about sun salutation B and some standing sequences, sitting postures, some the entire postures in primary series. So see you soon in the next session. Until then, enjoy. Namaste.